Good morning, children. Children, can you tell me how can we identify places of the Earth's surface? Why do you think the Earth appears blue from space? For identifying places on the Earth's surface, we need globes or maps. Both are the representation of real Earth at the manageable size. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer, sailed around the world and proved that Earth is round. Before his discovery, people believed that Earth was round with steep edges. Astronomers believed that the Earth is spherical and slightly flat at the bottom. It resembles the shape of an orange, and Earth is the only planet in the solar system that supports life. Its surface is covered with large masses is called continents and vast water bodies called oceans. So before going to learn the lesson, let us learn the meaning of geography. What is geography? Geography is a branch of physical science that studies about the earth in detail. Geo means earth. Graphy means description or study. So, I think you have understood the meaning of geography. It is a branch of physical science which studies about the earth or its descriptions or describes about the earth. See children, now globe and maps are very good learning aids for the study of geography. Now, from space, earth looks blue-green. To represent, we use spherical device called a globe. A globe, what is a globe now? A globe is a three-dimensional representation of the earth rotating on its axis. On the globe, there is a horizontal line which divides the earth into two equal halves. This line is called the equator. The part of the earth towards the north of the equator is called northern hemisphere, and the remaining half of the earth which is towards the south is called the southern hemisphere. Now let us study about maps. Maps are very essential to get detailed information of a place, state or a country, and also about other geographical features. So it is very essential to get information of a place, state or a country as well as geographical features. Children, can you tell me what is a map? It is a diagrammatic representation of the whole earth or a part of it on a flat surface according to scale is called a map. So what is map? It is a diagrammatic representation of the whole earth or a part of it on a flat surface according to the scale is called a map. So they are drawn on a paper or a flat surface like wall or a board and help us to understand a specific limited part of the earth. I hope you have seen Atlas book, isn't it children? So what is an atlas? The collection of various types of map bound as a book is called or known as atlas. So what is an atlas? The collection of various types of map bound as a book is known as an atlas. Then what is cartography? The science and art of map making is known as cartography. So the science and art of map making is known as cartography. Now let us study the different types of maps. Maps can be divided into two groups. They are maps based on scale and maps based on purpose. Again, maps based on scale are divided into two, large scale maps and also small scale maps. Maps based on purpose are divided into three. They are physical maps, political maps and distribution maps. Large scale maps are again divided into cadastral maps and topographical maps. Then, what is cadastral maps? Cadastral maps means which shows the individual property. Then what is topographical maps? Topographical maps which shows the detailed surface features. The small scale maps are classified into two types, wall maps and atlas maps. So now, maps based on scale, these are two types, large scale maps and small scale maps. Large scale maps gives us detailed information about small areas. The small scale map represent large areas such as world, continents or countries. Wall maps are larger in size than the atlas. So, wall maps are larger in size than the atlas and they are the teaching aid, best teaching aid in the classroom. And they give the important features such as political divisions, physical features, etc. The maps in the atlas are smaller in size, but they only gives us some information. Maps based on purpose. Already I said they are divided into three types. So maps based on purpose is also known as thematical maps. That is, first one, physical maps. Physical maps such as mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, etc. represent the physical features such as what? Mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, etc. Second one, political maps. In these maps, we can learn about the states, countries and continents and their location, areas, etc. Distribution maps help us to know the definite features such as land use, temperature, rainfall, population, soil, natural vegetation, crops, minerals, industries, railways, roads, waterways, etc. Children, now we'll come to know the components of a map. The basic components of a good map are title, scale, latitudes and longitudes, directions, and last one, index or key. So these are the important components of a good map. First one is title. Every map must have a suitable title or subtitle which tells the content of the map. Example, physical features of India are political, India political. Second one, scale. A ratio between the distance on the map and the corresponding distance on the ground. Third one, latitudes and longitudes. These are the imaginary lines located on maps and to locate the places, the distance and directions on the map. Fourth one, directions. Directions is shown by a symbol of arrows with the letter N on the top. The head of the arrow points to the north. Once you know the north, you can easily find the other direction. Fifth one, index or key. Various colors and symbols are used in the index. So it is an important component of a map. Uses of maps. What are the uses of maps? Maps help us in many ways. It helps us to locate the places like towns, cities, districts, states, countries and continents. Second one, they show the physical features such as mountains, plateaus, plains, coastal areas, islands, etc. Third, they help us to know the major routes of transport such as roadways or railways, etc. They help us to understand the distribution of minerals, crops and industries. And it is important for military people at the time of war and for their security. It helps as a guide to the tourists to reach their destination. And it is a very good teaching learning aid in the classroom and it is very easy to carry. So, maps are helpful in these many ways. Now we learn about geographical symbols. What are geographical symbols? A symbol is a sign that stands for an object and the symbols used in map are same all over the world. The symbols gives us a lot of information. Let us study now the importance of colors. When you look at the physical map, you can see different colors. These colors represent different physical features. So let us study one by one. Blue color represent water bodies like oceans, seas, lakes and rivers. Green color for lowlands or plains. Yellow color for highlands or land higher than the plains. Brown color for hills and lower parts of mountains. Dark brown color for high mountains. White or purple color shows snow-covered areas. So, we can say that colors are very important to recognize the places. Finally, we will learn about map reading. Map reading is a skill and we must know the skill of map reading. And map reading helps us to locate the places and to know, we have to know the latitudes and longitudes on which place it is located and to find the direction and to find the distance on the map. I hope you have understood this chapter, children. Thank you.